Okay, guys, so basically, I did a tarot card reading on Kenneka Jenkins, and I wanted to know what happened to her during her final hours alive, even at the hotel. So, I'm not going to get into the meaning of each card, but what I am going to do is I'm going to explain to you what happened to her. I asked Kenneka Jenkins a series of questions after meditating, and I asked for her to speak to me, and I'm going to read you basically what happened when she was at the hotel. And this is coming from her. She is strong, she is very understanding, and she understands the value of life. She also wants us to know that she's very confident and has a great sense of self control. And she was close to her friends. However, someone close to her she thought would come to her rescue. But with their own better judgment, she basically ignored the warning signs the night of the party. She definitely went outside her comfort zone, and she had committed to going to the party and staying, and she stayed trying to overcome her fears, even though she was scared, is what she's telling me. She is unclear about her thoughts. Maybe her judgment is cloudy. It could have been because of that night she was given drugs and alcohol. So she started off by telling us what happened to her during her final hours, and then she just let us know what her thoughts were. Now she's going to let us know about her emotions. How does she feel about this? She feels a painful severance between the past and her future. She knew that she was going to die at some point that night. She's moved on into a new phase of her life. A major event happened, and she lost something of value, which to me would be her car keys, her cell phone, and her life and her family, because she's no longer here. So she knows that she's lost a great deal. She also is telling us that the tone of that night was very dark in nature. It just wasn't a good night at all. I asked her about her spirit. She wants us to know her spirit is renewed. She had a renewal in spirituality and physically. That there's light in the darkness, basically light at the end of the tunnel. She has a bright future, she's saying, ahead of her, where she's moved on spiritually to inner peace, happiness, and harmony. This is basically symbolic of renewal. She knows that she's beautiful. She feels optimistic and serene. She has positive thoughts now. I also had asked her physically, what was her physical self like when she was alive, and she indicates that she may have been pregnant, or that she was wanting to have children. She's also let me know that she was a burst of energy. She's very mothering and very caring. That could be when they were asking her, like, is she drunk? And she was like, I'm not drunk. I think she was like sick, like morning sickness. It could have been that she was pregnant and she might not have known that she was pregnant. I asked what were the leading forces in her death, and she let me know that her friends were deceitful, that she was used for someone else's own gain or goal. She was tricked. There was fraud, dishonesty. Someone kept something important from her. She was worried and depressed while she was at the party. She also understands that her thoughts or her understanding is distorted by current perceptions, which means she thought that her friends were still her friends. However, the friends that she had were no longer her friends, and that there was some type of conflict in a relationship with her friendship. This also represents that she was at risk, that was secrets involved, some level of confusion, and that she wished she had proceeded with caution and that she was more careful. I asked her what were other factors that caused her death. She let me know that there was a male involved, a strong influence in a male presence, someone that was powerful, someone with authority. She thought this male was helping her. I believe this was some type of security guard or some type of manager or someone with a position at the hotel. She's let me know that this male followed her. I also asked her what energies did she like call upon, like what's helping her, and she let us know that she finally has a sense of identity, that everyone knows her name. She feels like she accomplished purpose in life and that she's made a difference. She finally has satisfaction and success at the end of her journey, which means that she didn't die in vain, and she knows that. I asked what happened to her when she was in the freezer, and she let me know that something unexpected, very tragic, dramatic. She suffered loss when she was in the freezer. She was ruined. She was destructed. That was very dark, fearful apprehension, feeling that something traumatic was going to happen to her. And tragedy struck her really forcefully. Basically, the friendships that she built were weak, and that someone led her on down there and lied to her and told her that she was going to get something when she went down there, and that wasn't the